Hello, student. This is Neha Singh, your science teacher, is again here to make you understand about the next concept of your science, that is matter around us pure? In this chapter, title itself, you'll get two questions: what matter is and what does the pure means here. Let's let's start then. Okay, the first question that arises, that what matter is, that we have already discussed in our previous chapter, chapter number 1. So that according to that, we have described that anything that is occupying space and has mass and can be felt by our senses is considered to be a matter. For example, like books, pencil colors, pencil, pen, milk, liquid, car, everything that you see around us, that you feel around us is a matter. Even you and me, because we are having some mass, we are also considered as the matter. In our previous chapter, we have discussed about the different types of matter based on its physical properties like solids, liquids, and gases. Along with them, we have also discovered about the two more states, that is plasma and the Bose-Einstein condensate. But in this chapter, we are going to consider about the chemical composition of the matter. So according to the chemical composition, means for which substances they are made up of, from which particles they are made up of, they are considered to be in the two different states, like they are categorized in the two different states: the pure substances and the impure substances. So let's start it. Pure substances, you can see here in the pictures that water, sugar, pizza, flour, sand, detergent, honey, cereals, jelly. Can you differentiate between them, what pure substance or the what impure substance, or we can say the what are the mixtures? We'll say that flour is a pure, no, it's a mixture. Sand is a pure, no, it's a mixture, right? So let's start it. Let's learn about this, why we calling them a mixture, why we are calling them a pure substances. So second question of the chapter title itself, what are pure substances? Pure substances. Pure substances will have two meaning. Like if we talk about in our daily routine life, you might have seen that the tag is here 100% pure, or the pure ghee, or the layers, right? You might have considered these things as a pure substances. Means in our daily routine life, we call pure substances those substances which are free from adulteration. Adulteration means free from the things that can cause any harm to our body. They are not they are not mixed with other materials other than the components of the ghee or the milk or the soil itself. But these are not pure substances if we consider them in our science or the chemistry term. So in chemistry term, what are the pure substances? The pure substances are those material which can be made up of only one kind of particles. The particles could be atoms or the molecules, which is the smallest unit, right? These are made up of these one kind of particles in, and their composition throughout their mass should be same. And third point, they should not be separated by any physical process or by any physical means. So according to them, there might be having some definite properties, like they might be having the fixed melting as well as the boiling point. But if we look at these, the pure ghee or the pure milk, they are made up of different kind of fats present in it, right? Some kind of other substances will be present in the layers of the soil. You will find that even they are made up of from the one parent rock, but they are consisting of many different particles in their different layers. Like in organic layer, the humus must be present. Here the minerals will be there. Some layers the minerals will not be there. So the soil layers is also a mixture of different components, because they are not made up of only single one kind of particles. So, and what are pure substances in our science language? That is made up of the one kind of particles only, and these particles could be atoms or molecules. So according to these, we have classified the pure substances into two other properties, like the elements and the compounds. What are elements? These are made up of one or more atom joining together. When the one atom, right, one type of atom joins together, they'll form a particular element. Like you can say that iron, Fe. If they'll form Fe, 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 so you will get an element of the Fe only, because it is having only one kind of atoms present in them. Compounds, they are mixture of the different elements joining together in a fixed ratio. You can see here the chemical elements: tin, sulfur, diamond, compounds, sugar, water, baking soda, and the crystals of these also present here. So elements, they are made up of only one kind of atoms. You can see here in the example also. Here are the copper rods, and the copper, if we break it down, so we'll get only the copper atoms from this. They are made up of only the copper atoms. That's why they are considered to be the elements. So according to them, they're different: mercury, chromium, iron. These all are considered to be the elements or the pure substances type. Next, the elements as known so far, we have found there are almost 119 elements found in our nature. Some elements are natural, some are man-made, but they are total 119. But it's more difficult to study the properties of these each and one element in detail. So what we have done, we have classified them into the three groups: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. We have already discussed this thing about in our class 8, that the metals and non-metals metals have the good conducting properties, good conductors of electricity and heat. They are sonorous, they are ductile, they are malleable in nature, right? And similarly, non-metals are just opposite of them. But the metalloids, these are having the properties lies between the metals as well as non-metals. Means they'll show some of the properties of metals and some of the properties of the non-metals. So we'll consider them as the metalloids. Along with them, we have some noble gases also that participated, or they do not react with the environment, where noble gases like helium, argon, xenon, so they are considered to be the noble gases. So now this is all about the elements. Now the second topic is our compound. Compounds are those substances which could be made up of two or more different elements. Like if oxygen is one of our element and the hydrogen is one of our element, if they join together in a fixed ratio by mass or by composition, so they'll make a pure substance, and that pure substance we call them a water or the compound, or we can say the molecule of water. When these molecule of water join together, they'll form a liquid like the water. Similarly, NaCl, sodium chloride, that is a common salt. It is also fixed, chemically combined together in 1:1 ratio. Okay. Compounds and elements. Elements could not be further divided into the different processes, right? They cannot be separated out by the chemical means also, because if we dissociate them, we'll get only the atoms of the one particular type only. But in compounds, if we chemically degrade them, or we get a chemical reaction, so what we'll get the elements from them. So physically process we cannot differentiate between these elements and compounds, but chemically we can separate the compounds into its constituent elements. For example, you can see here, if the compound is there, you might be knowing its chemical formula, which is indicating that at how much proportion they are combined with each other by mass or by any ratio. Like ammonia, NH3. Here, one nitrogen atom is combined with the 3 hydrogen atoms, forming a compound. And when these molecules of the ammonia bind together, they'll form ammonia liquid. Similarly, water, 2 hydrogen atoms, they are combined with the 1 oxygen atom. NaCl, 1 sodium ion for every chloride ion in the crystal lattice. So they form the crystals of the salts. So these are all the examples of the compound and molecules, and all about the pure substances. In our next video, we are going to discover more about the impure substances. Till then, thank you so much and keep learning, all of you.